I shouldn't have. Babe, don't think I'm in my feelings. Let's get back to these that never tend to their children, cause they taking care of these. I be on vacation, they be living through my pictures. Salty, I do that to them often. Versace on my feet, and you know your daddy bout them. For the streets, so you know I never house them. I'm like a GPS, I'ma reroute them. Gemini, send them where I found them. I ain't met a worth keeping how I lost him. Super costly, I know he hated, lost me. I don't want the
K. Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with the broadcast from Washington, the home of the Wizards, bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. The Wizards trying to take advantage of their home court in this one before leaving Washington. So timeout called here, the first for the Wizards. And so often we have these epic guard matchups, and tonight it's all about the front court and not the back court. But nonetheless, it should be fun.
No doubt, Kevin. These front courts are big, they're dynamic, they're physical. A number of these guys can shoot it from great range. This should be one heck of a show.
Randle with the bucket.
But you cannot sleep on Julius Randle. Catch and shoot jumper. Okay, Julius, we see you.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I had a chance to catch up with Utah's head coach. He's looking forward to this first meeting between these teams. He told his guys, this is a fantastic opportunity to show what we've got and what we're about. But we have to protect the rim at all costs, even if that allows them to get an open shot from time to time. Well, it's an interesting strategy, guys. We'll see if it works.
Thank you, David. Just 5 on the clock. The layup missed. And Markkanen can give you, Greg, a solid defensive effort at both the 3 and the 4.
And Kevin, many thought Markkanen was a defensive liability, but give him credit, worked hard to prove he wasn't. And while not a superb defender, he has become a plus defender for this team.
Houston shot's good.
Gotta love seeing Houston get space there to shoot it from deep. He is one of the best from beyond the arc.
First personal foul. First team foul.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Here's Randall. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. And it's blocked. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's Houston. Rebound, Washington. Now, here is Halliburton. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet.
My goodness, what a triple drive by Mr. Tyrese Halliburton.
Pass to Markkanen. From outside, off the mark.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Drexler with the ball. Defended by Jordan. And that one's good by Drexler.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Jazz shooting their first foul shot of the night. And the technical free throw is good.
And we've seen it for years. Despite their regular season success, the Jazz just unable to make much noise in the playoffs. Credit the front office for coming to terms with it and pivoting to a rebuild while they could get top value for their stars. Making the most of the screen, that's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Here's Houston. No good. And Washington the other way now. Clyde Drexler on the wing. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. His last season was a tough one for the Wizards. What was the biggest missing ingredient that you saw?
Well, I think there were so many things going on with the organization, Kevin. First and foremost, you brought in Wes Unseld as your coach. It was a great move, but obviously you have to institute an entirely new system on both ends of the floor. Obviously, they had some key personnel that were hurt during periods of the season. So a lot of new faces across the board for this team. So much went into their struggles.
Now, here's Avdia. Following the miss by Michael Jordan. Outside Gibson. From the arc. The Wizards with another miss. 1:09 left to play in the first. To the middle. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Yeah, it's like he just keeps going up and up. Limitless vertical for MJ.
To the left side wing. And here's Avdia. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Shot clock at 6. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. 2022, Greg, a year for the Washington Wizards with some historic significance.
And it marks 25 years of the Washington Wizards name being on an NBA jersey. A cool moment for the current players who can look back on this franchise and know they're a part of history.
Now, here's Kuzma. The Wizards with another miss. 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Anderson outside. Utah moving it around. Count it, good.
And just wait until Wiseman has time to develop his moves, which are still somewhat raw at this stage.
Over in the corner, Randall. Pass to Halliburton. And it's Utah with the rebound.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And so the first quarter's in the books. Jazz out in front, up by 4. They'll be back short. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And the guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
And how about the footwork? Check out those moves in the post and then the sweet finish to go along with it.
Excellent work around the basket. You're right, G.A. Williams can't get it to go. And Randall has got the ball here for the Wizards. Trailing by 2. Randall is doubled. Back to Marley. 2 on the clock. Halliburton for 3. Offensive rebound. Kuzma. And he banks in the lane. And it's all knotted up.
To me, that's about 2 things, guys. That's the hustle and timing of Kyle Kuzma getting to the offensive window.
Anderson outside. Pass to Houston. And it's off from three-point range. Halliburton with it. And Halliburton slams it in.
We're talking about a guard who's got some bounce. Tyrese Halliburton with the hops.
Greg, looking back at the 2021 draft, I'm still shocked. Tyrese Halliburton fell to 12th. My goodness.
What a steal Halliburton has been. He broke his wrist in college, and that scared some teams away. But, boy, Tyrese has been awesome in the NBA.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Kuzma sets a screen. And he comes up with the deuce. Kuzma's got the lead up to 4 now for the Wizards.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Yeah, that's just a nice pass. This was one of college basketball's premier playmakers done showing great vision.
Now, Wright. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Drexler. Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Well, if the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
Pops it up for Jordan. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And you know how that play's going to end. Jordan in the air, adjusting effortlessly.
Out to the wing. Here's Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Well, if there's one thing, Greg, that defines a modern NBA big man, it is mobility.
And they've got to be able to move their feet and really play in space. Otherwise, they just can't stay on the floor in today's game.
And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. 1:44 left to play here in the half. Here's Halliburton. That's good, and that evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
To the right side. Gibson with the steal. Here's Drexler. Good D by Jordan. Jazz trailed by 6. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Another miss by Utah.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Drexler. Oh, and he jams it right over Lauri Markkanen. Wow.
Just an electricity to what Drexler can do. The leaping ability, the creativity once in air, that's elite level stuff.
And Jordan throws it down.
Assisted by.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Now the Wizards with it. They're on a 16-6 run. Pass to Drexler. Right side Gibson. Here's Marley. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Drexler with it. Stolen by Markkanen. Now here's Jordan. Here's Agbaji. Buries it from three-point range. Abaji's got his second bucket tonight. Halliburton inside the three-point line. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession.
And you know there aren't many teams with a more dedicated fan base than Utah. The Jazz fans are behind their team no matter what.
And Markkanen throws it down.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you have a scorer like Jordan on the floor. He attracts all that attention defensively, leaving guys wide open.
And it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And Washington making a change here. Randall outside. And Randall throws it down.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Out to Kuzma. From deep three-point range.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Stolen by Drexler. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. To right. Randall outside. Kuzma outside. Randall outside. Just 5 to shoot. Randall is doubled. And Randall throws it down.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Here's Houston. Misses the three. Wizards leading by 5. Right inside. Got a hand on it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wright.
Substitution.
And the Jazz call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And it's Anderson with the ball for the Utah Jazz. It's a 5-point game. They host the Spurs after this one. That game marks the start of a 5-game homestand, the longest of the season. Back to Williams. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Wiseman. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
3-point field.
Wiseman's got 5 now.
Oh, the big man needing to be effective from three-point range in today's NBA. Wiseman fits the bill. The D can't let him roam free out there.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Over in the corner, Avdia. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Left side, Williams. To the paint. Halliburton with the steal. Releases. And he can't bank that one in.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Inside. Pass to Wiseman. It's good. This game is all even. Wiseman's got 5 points now this quarter.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Halliburton. The rebound by Anderson. And Doris, one of the Jazz games you called last year was pretty special. It was the first all-female broadcast team in NBA history.
And one of the best parts for me, Kev, was there were a variety of women in roles that will never be seen on the camera. So tape, graphics, audio, operations, each and every one of them, just like the three broadcasters who were calling the game, have been in their position at some point where the only person in the room was of your gender, just like yourself. So it's unique that the entire broadcast was filled with very capable women. It was such an honor to be a part of.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Both teams deciding to change it up. Washington trailing. 54 seconds left in the third. Pass to Marley. To stop the run. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Right, if you're DeLon Wright, you've got to be willing to set your teammates up. What a pass, on time, on target.
Anderson outside. On the wing, Williams. Down low. Here's Wiseman. Comes up empty down low.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Randall with the bucket.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
On the wing, Williams. Shoots the three. Kuzma pulls it in. Drexler left side. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of three. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. So it's Utah now, trailing by 2. Jordan is doubled. They get it back. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
Randall outside. From deep. The shot misses. So Utah will take it the other way.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
It's stolen by Randall. In transition, here come the Wizards. Drexler's on the move. And Kuzma slams it in.
Throw down from Kyle Kuzma, a level of aggression.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Drills the three-pointer. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
And matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that break, Coach Wes Unseld Jr. had some advice for the team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Randall. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Second personal foul. First team
And
foul.
Greg, just like you, Julius Randle is a southpaw. Left-handed.
Yeah, you know, the angles are different for lefties. We operate a little differently. And I think that can throw defenders off. So I'm always going to pull for the southpaw.
Well, a little shaky from the line, and instead of putting them in front, he's only able to tie it up.
Drexler right side. And Jordan sends it back.
And one of the league's most effective shot blockers from that guard position. Jordan can do it and help defense or on the ball.
Halliburton for 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Astro Abaji lets it go from deep. Offensive rebound.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And here's Halliburton. Over in the corner, Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Julius Randle under tremendous pressure with the big bucket.
Pass to Houston. Stolen by Drexler. Goes up. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Michael Jordan.
Second team foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Washington.
Credit them for not settling. I mean, they've been in attack mode off the dribble all game long, and thus far, it's paying off.
They've also made a concerted effort to get the ball down low. Many of their points coming in that painted area tonight.
2 minutes.
Washington leading now by 7. And the foul called on Michael Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
1:53 left to play in the final quarter. Out to Kuzma. Clock is at 3. Wizards need to get a shot off here. And Randall throws it down.
Well, Julius Randle, once he starts percolating, is a dangerous offensive player.
Looking to end the run. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Halliburton outside. Here's Drexler. And a missed layup.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Jordan deciding where to go with it. It counts. And now they trail by just 4.
Boy, I'll tell you, there's an art to doing this. What's amazing is how often Jordan hits the clutch shot.
27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Kuzma outside. Kicks it out to Drexler. Back to Kuzma. Driving to the basket. beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. 12 seconds left in the game. Jordan with the bounce pass. Pass to Houston. To the inside. And so it's Washington who scrape by with the win.
I need cash, don't sell me.